This is Texans TV.
We take a look at some of our favorite moments from this year's training camp, and we go back to 2016 for a very memorable Mic'd Up.
That ground shook when you tried to plant.
It's all coming up right now on Texans 360.
We are ready to rock in Houston. Lock and roll, touchdown, Texans.
Guess when you think you've seen it all, there's always something else.
Welcome into Texans 360. I'm your host, Deepi Sidhu. It's 2020. It's training camp 2020, a year that we're always going to remember because it's been such a strange one. But you know what makes it feel normal? Training camp time and Texans 360 time, because you know what? We're going to bring you the very best of camp. We're going to show you David Johnson up close and personal with Drew Dougherty. Take a look at Nick Martin. I sat down with him after practice one day. And then training camp itself. What have we seen out there on the field? Well, we're going to take you through the eyes of John Harris, our football analyst and sideline reporter. He's been out at practice every single day. Here are some of the things that John Harris has been seeing at camp.
Boy, we headed into this summer not really knowing if we were going to get a true training camp, but we have got that in 2020. And I've seen a lot of great things out here. So here's my version of Harris hits for you, and it starts right at the top with number 4, Deshaun Watson. From the first day we saw him to the last day that we've seen practice out here on this beautiful field, he has been in ultimate control. He is the maestro at the line of scrimmage. The throws that he makes, you can tell there's so much work that he's put in this offseason into communicating with new players, connecting with players that have been here, and being the vocal leader in that huddle when it's needed. He has been highly impressive throughout training camp, and he's had some help. Watching Brandon Cooks out in this field, my goodness, you can see why I wanted him here from the time he came out of college at Oregon State. He took a couple detours to the Saints and the Patriots and the Rams, but eventually came right back home here to the Houston Texans, and he has been fun to watch. One day in practice, he made a toe tap catch down the sideline. He had a crossing route that he caught on a 3rd down that came up with a big 1st down. You can see why the Texans really wanted to add Brandon Cooks to this roster with the speed that he shows each and every play. But the tight ends have probably been the best part of this training camp. You name a guy, and that guy has had a superb practice, from Darren Fells all the way through Dylan Stapleton. They've all made plays. Kahale Waring, Jordan Thomas, Jordan Akins, Darren Fells, Dylan Stapleton, all 5 guys, kind of like last year, have really made significant progress, and they have made a big connection with Deshaun Watson in this offense, and each one has made an impact. It's going to be a really tough cut down at that position, if anybody gets cut down, because the tight ends have looked very good. On the defensive side of the ball, I could watch Zach Cunningham play forever. Covering running backs, stopping the run. When they put the pads on, you hear 41 pop the pads probably more than anybody out here. He knows exactly where the ball is going, and he beats everybody to it. He is a superstar in the making. If he wasn't already an inside linebacker, I could watch him play for a long while. But Justin Reed at safety is the guy who leads the back. He leads that secondary, and he gets everybody where they need to be, and he practices 100 miles an hour from the second he steps on that field to the second he walks through that gate. He has been a tremendous leader in the secondary, making sure everybody was where they need to be, and then he's just steady making plays, whether it's an individual, 7-on-7, or in team drills, where he has been absolutely fantastic. And because it's training camp, you get a lot of special teams work. Man, it is really fun to watch guys like Keon Crossan and AJ Moore do their work on the special teams. And you talk about energy, those 2 guys bring it to every single practice, whether it's punt team, kickoff team, or they're out there with the defense trying to stop the offense. Those guys bring a lot to this team, and it's really exciting to see them all together. So it's been a surprisingly fun and safe training camp. I'm glad we were able to get it in. It's been a blast, and got more for you over at HoustonTexans.com, so make sure you go check it out.
That's right. John Harris, he's bringing you the hits every single day, after practice, after camp, during the regular season and the off season. You never want to miss what John Harris is bringing you, and you never want to miss what this guy, David Johnson, number 31 for the Houston Texans, can do for you on the field, because he's been out there at training camp. He runs the ball, he catches the ball, jack of all trades, he does it all. But did you know how he became so adept at catching the ball? Well, Drew Dougherty, our very own, sat down with David Johnson, and he had a pretty funny story to tell.
Running back David Johnson joins us now. And David, good to see you. How has this first week of football in pads, in the heat, inside, all of it, how's it gone for you as a Houston Texan?
It's gone great. Now that we actually have pads on, it's really feeling like football back again. The heat, though, that's different. Coming from the dry heat of Arizona to this humid, it just feels like it's weighing down on you. That's probably the most different that I'd have to say.
Yeah, some of us, we like to say it builds character, and some of us are still miserable anyway, and some of us it's both. Anyhow, you had an idea of how you might fit in this offense and what this offense might be able to do before you got here. How's that changed, if at all, since you've been here and been going through it for about a week or two?
It's going good. It's going exactly how we've been talking. Me, Tim, Danny Barrett, and Bill O'Brien, the way they're trying to fit me in, my skill set, what I can bring to this offense, and what this offense already has. With Duke in the backfield, it's been really good getting to know those guys, getting to play with those guys, starting to figure out how we could play together, getting that camaraderie together. It's going to be a very good offense to be amongst.
Yeah, you talk about Duke. You guys had a bit of a kinship because you came out of college at the same time, entered the draft at the same time, and he's followed your career very diligently. What's it like working with Duke, and what's it like when you hear those words said by him? Because he's done some things in the league too.
That's really good. Really cool to hear, other players in the league having high hopes, having high character about me. And I've been doing the same with him. Since our name is so close together, we went basically throughout the combine together, back and forth, one right after another throughout every drill, every event in the combine. And so we, like he said, have been becoming very close. And like he said, we've been watching each other's career take off. And it's really good to hear a fellow teammate and a player that we both have been watching. For me to hear that, it's pretty cool.
That's great. Back when you signed, you met with the media in that initial press conference, and you said something that really made my ears prick up. You talked about a dodgeball story from when you were, I think, in junior high back in Iowa. I mean, what's the story behind dodgeball and you, David?
So everyone always asks me, how I became so good at catching the football. And what I try to tell them is that starting in 5th grade, we had a dodgeball league that we did every Friday that our science teacher from middle school, Miss Wood, did every Friday. And what we did is, we went to the YMCA, and it was about, 40 boys and girls just playing dodgeball. And then it started getting very huge, very popular, where we started traveling around Iowa doing tournaments. And it was a good time just to have fun with people around our age. And it was a teacher that was running it, so she was, making sure everything was going well, no fights, nothing like that. And she was really good at making sure everyone was tough. It was fun. It was a good thing, good competition that, I started doing it. I mean, I think I did it all the way through probably 9th grade.
Well, David, it's great to talk with you. Had a lot of fun doing this. Can't wait to see you out in action in the practices and the games to come over the next few months. You take care, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I cannot wait to see what David Johnson does out there on the field. You don't have to wait much longer either, because September 10th, the Texans kick it off at Arrowhead Stadium against the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, in the meantime, several of our players are very passionate about things off the football field. It's 2020, it's an election year, and our Texans players sat down and talked about why it's important to get out and vote and use their voice.
If anyone has anything that they want to fight for, or if they have any thoughts about hey, they want to change this, change that in the community, change this in America, want to fight to end racism, voting is one way that you can do that.
It's bigger than just the presidential election. It's about our state. It's about our local government being able to make sure that we do our homework and we research the candidates so we know when we're going to the ballot why we're selecting the people that we're selecting in office.
I believe every vote counts, specifically because this is my first year voting, and I want my daughter to have leaders she can look up to and to strive to be like when she grows up.
Regardless of what side you sit on, what you believe, race, color, creed, I think it's important that our voice is heard.
Your vote matters, your voice matters, so I want to encourage you to go vote.
Use your voice.
Vote.
And vote.
Vote.
Register to vote
Today.
We
are
Texans.
We are voters.
Somos Texans, somos voters.
We are Texans, and we are voters.
Coming up, center Nick Martin is revealing some secrets about his fellow O-linemen. That's next on Texans 360.
The work come first.
Welcome back to the Ford Studio in Texans 360. I'm your host, Deepi Sidhu, and Nick Martin. He's in year 5. He, back in year 2, roomed with Deshaun Watson at the Greenbrier. And you know what? He knows this offensive line really well. The starting 5, they're returning for a second consecutive season. And I thought I knew the offensive line pretty well, too, until I played this little game with Nick. Take a look. Joining me today for the Xfinity one-on-one deep slant, it's Nick Martin, center, entering year 5, fresh off the practice field. Nick, how's it going for you in camp so far? Not the camp that anyone was expecting, but certainly the camp that's underway these days.
It's going real good. I just want to start off with a little yeah dog, so I don't get fined by the O-line. But no, the camp's going really well. The organization is doing an unbelievable job. I mean, the stuff they've changed around the building and how we're handling the whole COVID situation. Very responsible, and it shows a lot of faith. You know, when you see from the top down how they handle it, how serious they're taking it, they want to win. And, you know, it starts at the top, so that trickles down, and we love it as players.
I mean, I noticed that you're wearing the cutoff shirt because it looks like you bulked up this off season. I heard a lot about Martin's Gym. I don't know if franchises are opening up around the country, but you had a little bit of a workout sesh happening at your house. Tell me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I grew up, we had a gym in my basement growing up. My dad always lifted and kind of started at a young age with my brothers and whatnot. And, you know, COVID, things change. You got to adapt, and that's what we did. So got a little gym in the garage and had guys over to work out and do what you need to do because the work doesn't stop, you know.
All right, I want to end this interview with a little word association. Since you know your starting 5 so well, I'm going to throw out a name, and I want to know the first word that pops into your mind. Okay? Should be easy, since you all know each other so well.
Good.
All right, Laramie.
Thrift store.
Thrift store? I'm totally
he's got all this nice stuff. He always says it gets from the thrift store, but, you know, I think.
All right, Max Sharping.
Solitaire. He's an 85-year-old man. He plays solitaire.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. He's like Dwight Schrute.
Okay, Zach.
Just a chill guy. He's awesome. Same guy every day. Funny. Waterboy. There you go. Waterboy. Loves the movie Waterboy. Always quoting it. Always can, you know, get a good laugh from him. A good quote.
I'm gonna have to remember that when I interview Zach. All right, Titus.
Oh man, just funny. I mean, Titus is so funny. Like I feel like he doesn't even mean to be funny sometimes. But he's just so honest, and which is awesome. It really makes him funny because he speaks the truth.
All right, last but not least, Nick Martin.
Me?
One word to describe yourself.
Simple. I like to keep it simple.
Simple. I like it. Well, it's always fun catching up with you, Nick. Best of luck in camp. Best of luck through the season. Always a pleasure.
All right, thank you very much.
Definitely one of my favorite parts of this job is sitting down with the players every single week for my deep slant presented by Xfinity and getting to know a little bit more about them, seeing their personal side, the fun side of them off the field. So if you like that, you can catch one probably every single week right here on Texans 360 because we'll have that for you. So don't want to miss it. Brian Cushing with the mic.
We can be together, baby.
How you feel? How you feel? How you feel? 29 sitting on 36 mil.
You don't want to miss it. That's next on Texans 360.
You know, I binge watched a couple shows, actually. Well, I tried. So I started off, I went Ozarks, through a couple episodes. I didn't get out of season 1. Breaking Bad, couple episodes, didn't get out of season 1. This is just how I am with TV shows.
What I binge watched the most was probably either my son loves watching The Grinch. He's just now got into Spider-Man, and then his other favorite one is Zootopia. Those are like his top 3. So that's kind of been on repeat almost daily.
Well, I just had a kid, so I was watching a lot of Hotel Transylvania 3. I watched that like every day during the quarantine, so I've probably seen that movie like 100 times. I know every scene, every dance. It's crazy.
I'm on Money Heist, This Is Us, and gosh, who didn't watch Tiger King? True or false, has Greg Vance cried during a This Is Us episode? 130% true. Gosh, it got me real bad with, I don't want to ruin it, never mind, I'm not going to say anymore, but that show gets me.
Welcome back to Texans 360. Let's take a look now at some of our favorite moments from Texans training camp. Mic'd Up. Mic'd Up it's got to be one of the best segments that we do. And you know who the best player to ever mic up, probably in the history of the Texans? I think I can say this with confidence. Number 56, former number 56, Brian Cushing. Whenever he puts a mic on, he is vintage Cush. Take a look at some of our favorites from Cush back in 2016.
How you feel? How you feel? How you feel? 29 sitting on 36 mil, yeah. Let's go, man. Oh my God, Becky, look at her. Tunchi. What do you say? Get a little physical. One thing I'll never do, you don't see me go low on a hit. People think no, you can't go high on him. You want to bet? I'll go high on Hercules. Come on, Rita, take it. Look at the fans. Oh, you guys are high? Oh, that ground shook when you tried to plant. Like, it feels good, but like when I used to take a day off when I was like 24, 23, I feel like I was 18 the next day. Now I'm 29, I take a day off, I feel like I'm 28. I feel like I'm 30. We got Vince fullback.
Perfect, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Big Clowney fan? I don't believe it. Come on, let's go, let's go. I got your back, you got mine, let's go, let's go. Take it. Oh, Mike, what kind of horn is that? Dude, I looked at my Fitbit yesterday, I walked 10 miles. Can't wait to tell everyone you were scared, Fitz. Peer pressure. Get him off, get him off. Nice shot. Nice shot, Bomba. Lucky. What? What, is Posh a little too soft? We can be together, baby.
Always great to see Brian Cushing on the field. He did so much for the Texans organization off the field, and you know what? He still is, because he is assistant strength and conditioning coach. So we get to see Brian Cushing all the time in and around the building. It's great to see Cush go. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we could even talk him into another mic'd up, but I'm sure it'll be different now that he's a coach. We catch up with Deshaun Watson both on and off the field. It's all coming up next on Texans 360.
Watson, and he goes down. No, he stays on his feet. Right there, looked like he might have gotten kicked in the face. Throws on the run, touchdown! Unbelievable! Watson, a magician!
It's the final segment of Texans 360, and Deshaun Watson, you cannot make this stuff up. Getting kicked in the eye, throws a touchdown pass against Oakland. Who can forget that? Deshaun Watson, always magical on the field. And you know what? He creates some magic off the field, too, because he makes such an impact in the community. Let's take a look at what Deshaun Watson did this week for some fans.
So Reliant teamed up with Deshaun Watson and his foundation to donate $175,000 worth of computers and tech programming to 500 students in the Houston area. And we're doing this here today at CompuDoc. CompuDoc is an organization that provides computers for free to children in the Houston area. A school is ramping up to start virtually for almost everyone in the area. We are trying to make sure that those students are prepared with the technology that they need so that they can be as successful as possible this year. We talked with Deshaun and his foundation, and it was just a no-brainer to do this. This is one of the most meaningful, impactful things that we can do right now for our community and for our youth in the Houston area.
Never stop practicing, never stop learning, and always continue to have a positive mindset and try to fulfill your dreams to the best of your ability. Come from me, Deshaun Watson.
Can't wait to see what number 4 brings to the field in 2020, and we can't wait to bring you another great season of Texans 360. That's going to do it for tonight's show, but you can always check out HoustonTexans.com for all the interviews, full interviews, stories, highlights, more. Special thanks to Tyler Suddarth, Tyler Marcotte, and all of you out there watching. Thank you so much, and go Texans.